Peace, peace, peace. What it do, people? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast. For those that don't know, I am Junes, the original for the Bantus, by blood, not by converge. You know I'm out here to splurge with the what? With the word. I want to give all praise and glory to the Father, for he is worthy to be praised. I want to give shout outs to all those that have been tuning in, subscribing, taking this information, applying it to their everyday lives, sharing this information, and just overall awakening the people. Round of applause for you guys. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on, but I have to talk about it. Growing up in the hood, we was always told never kick a man when they're down, but at the same time, you gotta do certain things when it's to give us back that crown. You know what I'm saying? And it's not looking good for these so-called Hebrew Israelites, man. For the last few months, I've been bringing forth, biblical, physical, mental, the whole information when it's pertaining to who we are as the children of Akobi, not Israel, Akobi, right? And by me doing that, I have received a whole lot of backlash. I have received, I won't even say I have received. I have also been disconnected from brothers and sisters. Brothers chose to separate themselves from me for the fact that I was bringing forth this information. I heard somebody tell me that it wasn't sitting well with their soul. It was like a level of irritation. And then I also dealt with brothers secretly attacking, throwing dirt on my name, throwing dirt on the Father's name, throwing dirt on this awakening, which is accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like our big brother said, know that when they hate you, they hated me first, right? So to see all of that, and me coming out making these videos and always giving fair warning, telling brothers and sisters, like, listen, man, you better tread softly. See, what you guys are not witnessing or not paying attention to is the rise of the Bantus, the rise of the children of Akobi, the rise of the descendants, the rise of the people that was taken from the Holy Land, not Israel, from the Holy Land itself, and was shipped to various locations all across the world. The rise of that also means the fall of everything else. The rise of the Bantus is also the fall of everything else. You see America falling, the finances is falling. You're seeing the Hebrew Israelite movement is being seen in a negative light, which is caused by the Father, which will eventually be the fall of this so-called Hebrew Israelite movement. And the purpose of this video is to just question and say what's going on. The question is, I thought you guys are supposed to be a nation that's supposed to be building. Our big brother said a nation that's divided can't stand. And from the look of things, nobody's standing. In fact, not only brothers is not standing, they're taking the word of the Father. They're taking the Bible and using it as a tool to demoralize, to condemn, to have people worship the have-nots. And the videos that I'm about to show you is gonna justify this. So now the question that I ask is, and excuse me, before I even ask that question, when I had posted up on my social media and I sent it out to certain individuals who are still in this so-called Hebrew Israelite movement, everybody kept replying back to me is, they're not in the right spirit. They're not in the spirit. And I'm asking, what spirit is this? Every time something goes wrong, they're not in the right spirit. But every time they do something right, it's all praises be to Yah and Yahweh and Yahushua and all the Yahs and the Kumbayas and the Batibo here, right? So all of these things falls down to people not being in the right spirit. The question that I ask is, what spirit? Who told us to be in the spirit? Because the last time I checked, when our big brother was on the scene, alive and well, doing the things that he'd been doing, which was healing the people, he was taking our spirits from individuals. But then when he died, they gave you an apostle, and the apostle told you that you must be in the spirit. So we're going to try to uncover what this spirit is. But before I do that, let me show you the things, the heinous acts that these brothers is doing that's causing people to say things like they're not in the right spirit. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let's start off. Let's start off with the heathen stuff. What is this? Let me zoom in. Look at this. Look at this madness. This is of the Father, right? I mean, I really gotta ask this question. This is of the Father. Let me play that again for y'all. Let me play that again. Let me play that again. Let me play that again. This is of the Father. Now, here's a bunch of black men picking up their feet to put in front of a European woman who's in a scooter walker, who obviously is seen to have a broken hand. And this is what we're seeing. And look at this man. He's supposed to have fringes on. Tell me what's righteous about that. Now, when somebody sees that, whether black, white, Chinese, Mexican, whatever, when they see that, 9 out of 10 times, they're not going to agree with that. They're going to say, that can't be me. And the fact that these dudes are doing this shows you who they worship. Like I tell everybody, you are who you call on. And you can see these dudes is calling on Hebrew gods. They're believing that they got the Holy Spirit, all of that. This is them. Let me play it again for y'all so y'all can see this. This is an old white chubby lady who could barely walk. This is what they doing. Let's watch. Look at this. She's ashamed. No, they can't even wait. Kiss my Jordans. Look at this. Look. She's only doing this because she's on her way out. No disrespect. Come on, people. She's on her way out. You understand? She doesn't know no better. She doesn't know the word. These brothers is taking the word of the Father to try to condemn Europeans, knowing that the Europeans are not the one. Come on, guys. Come on. Let me play that one more time for you. Let me play that one more time. Let's run it back. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This one right here with the red, he just couldn't wait to put his feet up. He just couldn't wait to put his feet up. This is what's going on here. Let's continue. These are supposedly be the people to be carrying the truth of the Creator, the descendants of Abram, Isaac, and Jacob, and in their case, Jacob. Oh, my bad. Israel. My bad. Excuse me. Let's continue. Don't stop there. It don't stop there. It don't stop there. Let me show the next one. Let me show the next one. It don't stop there. Look at this. I can't play the volume because copyrights. So you could just watch. You could just watch. These are supposed to be the brothers that's in the truth. These are supposed to be the brothers. These are supposed to be the light for the people that's moving in darkness. This is it right here. Let's continue. Look at this. Welcome to. Look at this. The Willie Lynch syndrome, post-traumatic slave syndrome, Willie Lynch still exists, even with this so-called truth. Still exists. You're standing in the streets, bringing forth truth to the people, and this is what you're doing. Let's watch it. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. There's this dude right here. He just anxious. This is the Napoleon complex. The Napoleon complex right here. Look, he just anxious. Look, let's just watch. Look, look, look at this. All in the name of Yah, or the Most High, or Yahweh Shai, Yahushua, or. The sad thing is, man, I used to be a part of this, man. The sad thing is, I used to be a part of this. Look. 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 What do they all have in common? They all got the fringes on. You know, the fringes is a reminder to keep the law, to be righteous, to be just men. Everything I just showed you right now isn't just men, right? So when I post this up on my live, on my shorts, I had a brother reply and said that they're not in the right spirit. So I asked, so what spirit should they be in? They gave, oh no, he started off saying that they gave true Hebrew Israelites a bad name. So I said, so who's the true Hebrew Israelites? So he mentioned GOCC. Now, for those that don't know, once upon a time I used to be associated with that organization. And ever since I've been gone out of that organization, all I've been seeing, all I've been told, all I have been aware of is the demise and the fall of this so-called movement, right? And for some that don't know, right, these individuals are now having, in-house relationships. I'm telling you guys, Love and Hip Hop is for real. Love and Hip Hop is for real. And these individuals is having relationships, taking wives from husbands, taking husbands from wives. Dudes will be in a relationship and the wife gets fed up, run away, and then the dudes would just bounce back and just grab something else. And when, according to the word, they said that as long as somebody lives, you can then divorced or you got to remain single. But, you know, when it comes to this organization, it's all about respect of persons. So because of that, the Father has been doing what he's doing. So you see all these major camps in a psychological, spiritual, physical warfare, right? So when he said that, and I mentioned that, right? Or when I said that to another brother who's a part of that organization that I used to attend, he tells me that they're not in the right spirit. So I took it upon myself to show you. So when I ask what spirit is that, of course they're gonna say they're not in the spirit of the Holy Spirit, or in their language is the Ruach Kadash, right? So I want to give you guys just a brief. This could be a Sabbath, a Samba conversation. This could be that, but I'm gonna give it to you brief because it's time for brothers and sisters to be reteached, not retaught. You got to be reteached because you want to be teachers. You need to be reteached. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Let's go. Hold on. Hold on. Let me take this off my screen. Let me take this off my screen. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me take this off my screen. Okay. Let me share my screen here. Okay. We're going to have something. As you can see, the Ruach Kadash, the Kabbalistic spirit. Oh, I bet you guys didn't know that, huh? See, when I try to explain to brothers that when you are discontinued from your heritage and you're being fed information by the very same people that had their hands in your demise, you can't take everything that you receive for face value. You got to take it upon yourself to do your homework. This is why the Father says, study to show thyself approved unto him. And when I tell brothers and sisters these things, their rebuttal to me is, you're not in the spirit. You seem like you are an angry person. And in reality, I'm as calm, cool, collective as it can be. I don't understand how can somebody as myself trying to bring forth truth to my people, to awaken them, to bring them back to the Father as a level of me being angry. If I see the lie, isn't it my job to tell you, yo, bro, they lying to you? If I see that they're leading you astray, isn't it my job not to tell you, or excuse me, isn't it my job to tell you that they're leading you astray? If a man got a gun around the corner and I see the man waiting for you to walk by to shoot you, isn't it my job as a friend, as a brother, as a comrade, as a soldier to tell you the enemy's around the corner and they're getting ready to kill? Isn't that my job? But when you dealing with these individuals, you're not dealing with them. You're dealing with the people that got this, the Ruach Kadash. And we're gonna talk about it. Let's go. Hey. Look. Hold on. Let me take this out. Hold on. All right. Says the rise of the Holy Spirit in Kabbalah. Okay? It says what? Within the Jewish traditions, the most developed articulations of this new term was introduced. Hold on, let me move me. Was introduced by the great 12th century Jewish philosopher Moses Manodicius. Manodicius stated that the inspiration through the Holy Spirit is a subprophetic phenomenon scientifically explained through the mechanism of the cleaving of the human intellect to the metaphysical, non-divine intellect, and its overflow identified as the Holy Spirit. In contrast to classic prophecy, which ceased to exist in the distant past, Manodosius considered receiving the prophetic-like information through the Holy Spirit to be relatively common phenomenon, obtainable even in the present. Since the Spirit is in the consent overflow and not directed towards any specific individual, it is man's responsibility to evolve to the state in which he might then receive the mental energy of the Holy Spirit. In this philosophical the apology, the Spirit is not conceived as directly transmitting God's word, being, or holiness. With the emergence of the Kabbalah at the end of the 12th century, the Ruach Kodesh was no longer tied to the aforementioned metaphysical overflow, but rather to the divine overflow that is the Kabbalists. Okay, pay attention. Articulated a theory of a Godhead conceived of as a body of divine energy radiating or, let me put this up, radiating or emanating its essence down into the created word and the human realm. Okay, so the Ruach Kodesh, okay, the Ruach Kodesh is what? Is the Kabbalist. Okay, divine overflow that is the Kabbalist articulated. I can't say these words. Articulated a theory. You hear me? A theory of a Godhead. Okay? Articulated a theory of a Godhead. We're not done. We're not done. Let's go. Kabbalah. The desire to experience the presence of or be unified with God is as old as religion itself, and we often give it the name mysticism in the Jewish context. This took on the different form as Jewish community migrated east and west following the destruction of the Second Temple. However, a new and influential form of mysticism emerged in the mid-12th century in Languedoc, a land bordering the Iberian Peninsula in the south, the Kingdom of France in the north, and stretching toward the North Italy in the east. It became known as the Kabbalah. So you see these locations, people. You see that these locations isn't where we from. You see that these locations isn't where we are from. You see that these locations isn't where we are from. Listen, where did the Kabbalah come from? Perhaps it arose in the meeting of cultures. Jews migrated to these areas from communities in Ashkenaz, no, we not from there. The Talmudic term for the area known as Germany, where they had developed a form of pantheistic mysticism, partly based on the adoption of Christian monotheistic practice. These Jews were joined by others fleeing from fundamentalist Islam in Andalusia and regions of Spain. They brought with them philosophical works and concepts unknown in the Christian world. So these are things that was unknown into the Christian world. So for you so-called Hebrew Israelites who's Christ-based, that says to be in the Spirit, it was unknown to the Christian world. Unknown to the Christian world. So when I asked again, when our big brother was taking our spirits, he was taking our spirits, and you guys were telling other people that you must be in the spirit. Who is telling you this? It was uncommon in Christian teachings. They tell you that these Hebrews will tell you we are a pre-Constantine Christian. So this is pre-Constantine right here, because it was unknown to any Christian. Let's continue. Let's continue. It says they brought with them the philosophical works and concepts unknown in the Christian world. New understandings of the relationships between God and humankind began to develop, basing their activities on anonymous works such as the Book of Creation, Sefer Yetzirah, and the Book of Clarity, Sefer HaBerah, along with the new interpretations of Jewish rituals. Small groups of masters and disciples engaged in mystical practices designed to bring them into close proximity with imaginations they believe to be perceived from the divine. They hope through their practice to restore unity in the divine world and hasten the final redemption. Come on, people. You guys don't know what you are worshiping. So I see why brothers who are in this so-called Hebrew Israelites will engage themselves in a level of violence. Because the spirit that's in you is not of the father. It is not of the mother. Ruach Kadash is Lucifer. That is not of mama love. Wisdom is known of her children. That is not wisdom. What you saw just now, what you guys saw just now, before I gave you these slides, what you guys saw just now was a bunch of individuals operating in the spirit of the Ruach Kadash. They was not operating in the spirit of mama love. They was not operating in this Godhead spirit that sits on the throne, the Father, the Father and the Mother. You know, let's make man in our image. It's plural. Our means there's more than one person. There's more than one divine sitting up top. It's the Father and his mama love. Mama love, you can call her wisdom. Wisdom and the Ruach Kadash are two different things. They told you to follow the Ruach Kadash because, again, you are following the ways of the heathens. You're not following the ways of the Father. You're following the ways of the heathens. You're not following the ways of the Father. Your teachers are leading you straight to hell. And the Father is exposing them. You are what you call on. You are what your master is. You see what it is. You see what's going on in GOCC. You see what's going on with IUIC, USPK. And I'm sure there's plenty of other stories to be spoken of that's not being seen because maybe these individuals are low-grade camps. I remember GMS was saying that it's nothing wrong for a grown man to marry a 12-year-old. Yeah. And ever since that, brothers, you seen GMS has been deteriorating. And these brothers, their spirit is beyond off. Again, you are who you call on. If you calling on these Kabbalics, the Tetragrammaton Kabbalah tree gods, you will act just like them. You will fall just like them. You are not a European. You need to get it out your mind. You are not a European. You are the child of Akobi, not Jacob. His name is Akobi, firstborn, he that enters the womb or opens the womb. Firstborn. Claim your birthright. You can't claim a birthright that's given to you by the same people that hate the fact that you got the birthright. And for you brothers that put your feet up into the child of Cain, Ham's face, thinking that that's Esau, you're wrong. You're unlearned. Esau is a black man who dwelt in the land of Congo. And because they had their hands in our demise, the father sent Leopold and his men over there, and 10 million of them was murdered, butchered, hands chopped off, because they had their hands in our demise, they had their foot in our demise. They are the ones that allow these heathens to infiltrate. Do your homework. Do your homework. Stop believing the things that these people tell you. They are of children of lies. They have no truth in them. There's no truth. Everything, your whole history has been a lie. What makes you think that the lie is going to stop now because all of a sudden you know that Jesus was black? Because now they're feeding you and told you King James is black. When I could give you, I got the information to show you King James bloodlines go as far back to the Khazars. King James has a single black soul in him. You can even that picture that they want brothers and sisters to absorb and believe it to be real. Look deep into the picture. That is not a face of a black man. His nose is pointy and long. He got a Caesar haircut. Come on now. You have to make it make sense. How is he a black man and you a black man and you supposed to be from a tribe of Judah, and you made sure that the best writers interjected Jesus? My bad. Because when you compile the books together, there was no J. It was an I. So it was Azus, which is synonymous with Zeus. And Zeus is who? That's why you see no mention of Yah in the New Testament. Because they replaced that. They took that away and just gave you Jesus. And then they gave you an apostle to make sure that you worship Jesus. Paul tells you to worship Jesus. And you get mad because I bring forth truth. You get mad because I bring forth truth. You can't get mad at me for bringing forth truth, man. Let's continue. Let's continue. I want to make sure I read this for you guys. Right? It says, in the late 12th century, these oral teachings began to put into writings, catalyzing, a period of intense creativity that peaked with what would eventually become known as the Zohar, Book of Splendor, written in Aramaic and attributed to a 2nd century sage, Rabbi Johann ben Zakkai. Different authors in Castile actually composed it over a period from the mid-13th century to the 14th. These Kabbalist compositions mostly focus on the 10 Serapha, considering to be revealed attributes of the imaginations of the divine emerging from within the Ein Sof, unknowable infinity, and drawing down the divine so that it flows out into creation. The Kabbalists aspire to unite with the last of these emanations called Malkut, kingship, or Shekinah, the feminine aspect of the divine. This is what these Hebrews worship, the Shekinah, right? Kabbalists believe that the human history mirrors the Sopharic world, and that the current Jewish exile is a result of a break between the top 9 Sopharic and the 10th Sopharic, making the divine unable to flow in creation. They maintain that strict Arrogance to the 613 commandments with the right intentions can help repair the break and bring about the final redemption both in the material and in the divine world. And look, these are the sources. You can read it yourself. The Hermetic Kabbalah reception account is a Western astroric tradition involving mysticism and the occult. Did they just say that? Yes, sir. Okay. It is the underlying philosophy and the framework for magical societies such as the Golden Dawn, Talmudic orders, mystical religious societies such as the Builders of the Adutum and the Fellowship of the Rosy Cross, and its persecutor and the persecutor to the neo-pagan Wiccan and the New Age movement. The Hermetic Kabbalah is the base for the Cupa, Cupolitic Kabbalah as studies by left-hand path orders such as the Typhonian order, right? The Hermetic Kabbalah arose alongside and united with the Christian Kabbalistic involvement in the European Renaissance, becoming variously astrotrek Christians, non-Christians, or anti-Christian across its different schools in the modern era. It draws, let me scroll up, it draws on a great many influences, most notably Jewish Kabbalah, Western astrology, alchemy, pagan religion, especially Egyptian and Greco-Roman. It is from the latter that the term Hermetic is derived. Neapolitanism, Genocism, pardon my listen, I don't know these things. The Enochian system of the angelic magic of John D. and Edward Kelly, Hermetistic Tantra, and the symbolic of the Tarot. The Hermetic Kabbalah differs from the Jewish form in the beginning more admittedly syncretic system. However, it shares many concepts with Jewish Kabbalah. You can find that these are all of these things for you guys to follow. All of these things for you guys to follow. And pardon me, you guys could read it for yourself. Let's continue. Let's continue. Bring this down just a little bit. Okay. The Hermes Trismegistus from ancient Greek. Hermes, the Trismegistus Greek, classic Latin, right? Marsyrius Ter Maximus is a legendary Hellenistic figure that originated as a synergetic combination of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thor. He is purported author of the Hermetic and widely diverse series of the ancient and medieval pedographical texts that lay the base of various philosophical systems known as the Hermeticism. The wisdom attributes to the figure and the iniquity combine a knowledge of both the material and the spiritual world, which render the writings attribute to him of the great relevance to those who were interested in the interrelationships between the material and the divine. The figure of the Hermes Trismegistus can also be found in both Islam, so this is in Islam, and Baha'i writings. In those traditions, Hermes, I can't say this word, has been associated with the prophetic idolist. Know what you calling on. Pardon my part of my harsh reading, right? Me butchering these words, but hey, you got these information is for you. You can read it, study, you can search it, look it up. Don't take my word for it. I don't want you guys taking my word for it because my word is not important. My word is not important. What the Father is bringing forth, his revelations that he's bringing forth to his children, that's what's important. Like the word says, you should know them by their fruits. I had a brother tell me that he says, oh, so it seems like you against the Bible. I said, where did you see me against the Bible? You see, when brothers' positions and ego is being cut, individuals tend to use psychological things to, like I said, it's a defense mechanism. They try to throw certain things or associate or assume that you're standing on this and you're standing on that. The assumption is you're bringing forth your own doctrine. The assumption is you're going against the Bible. The assumption is, oh, you have an issue. We argued about the names before and that and that. And it's like, fam, first of all, we ain't never argue. We are two men having a conversation. You agree on this, I agree on that. That's not an argument. An argument leads to situations. An argument is when somebody is not in the right mental state. He's angry, he's bitter, he's annoyed, he's upset. None of us was on that type of time. We spoke, gave a hug, gave a dab, gave a hug. I said, yo, bro, I'm pull up. I'm gonna see you next week. That's the last time I seen my brother. There was never no arguments. We don't argue. We have conversation. I'm a Haitian baby, so anybody that know Haitian friends or family, when you go over to their house, they be on the top of their lungs talking wild, loud, wild, crazy. But that's not an argument. That's just how they talk. And then they'll drink their beer, watch soccer or whatever, and go about their business. It's in our nature. It's in our culture. We are men, bro. I'm trying to tell people. We are men. You are a warrior. You are made in his likeness and his image. Anything that's taking you away from that, you need to question what that is. Religion takes you away from being a warrior. You got to question that. They're telling you that you need to have a Wawak Kadash. What is that? That is a Kabbalah. That is Luciferian. That is Gentile. That is heathen stuff. But you want to associate that with you because who told you that you're supposed to be in the spirit? You were born with the spirit in you. The minute you was put on this earth, the Father put life in you. That's the spirit. When our big brother says, I came to do my Father's will, when you see me, you see the Father. He was also saying that about you. He came in the seed of Joseph, people, out of the lineage of Abram, which you did as well. See, you guys are so lost because these teachers is feeding you this fairy tale, giving you these lies, giving you this sit-still doctrine, giving you this beta approach to sit still and wait. Somebody, when he cracks through the sky, nobody's cracking through the sky. He's not cracking to the sky to save nobody in America. He's not cracking through the sky to save nobody out in the Caribbeans. He's not cracking through the sky to save nobody in South America. He's not doing none of that. The word tells you the same way we came in, the same way we're going to go back. They bought us here off ships. We're going to go back on ships because the planes and everything is not going to work. These people control the air. It is not going to work. We're going to go back the same way we came. Let me say that again. We're going to go back the same way we came. Same way we came, excuse me. This is not for no debate. This is not for no fight. This is not for no argue. It's time for brothers and sisters to start waking up. Wait till you see what I got in store for December conversation, man. December conversation is definitely something that I'm really going to bring forth. because we really got to put an end to this foolishness. We're being led astray. And brothers and sisters don't know that they're being led astray. You don't understand that they purposely got certain precepts put inside the word to make you combat your father's awakening. And shout out to the brothers and sisters that's reaching out, that's saying, yo, bro, yo, man, something in me telling me this is what it is. Yo, where can I get information? What can I look up? What can I do? That shout out to you guys, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to just guide you to the information. You take this information, you run with it, you know what I'm saying? You break it down, you do whatever, and you take that with you and you proceed to help your people. Because at the end of the day, that is our job, to help our people. There's more slides, but I'm not going to give you all of that. And again, my apologies for butchering the reading. I usually would have somebody reading for me. You know what I'm saying? Or I would have had my Mac do the reading. But my apologies for that. But neither here or there. The Ruach Kadash is the spirit of the Kabbalah tree. That's where that comes from. Fallen deities, that's where it comes from. Why would you now want to bring a fallen deity? Now you ask yourself that question. Is that the reason why you can't see? See, the Father can't dwell in the temple that's defiled. So you defile your temple not only by eating bad food, but also calling on deities that's not supposed to be calling on. Because when you call on them, you summoning them, they go inside your temple and they live there. And a lot of these brothers, depending on the organization, they got the feminine, aka beta syndrome, demon deities that's inside of them. That's your GOCCs. You got you got the prideful, don't want to hear nothing, can't see nothing. That's your ISUPK and your GMS. And then you got the warriors, don't know scriptures for nothing, but are very militant, high in number. Those are your IUICs. And every single one of them are calling on a spirit. You are who you call on. I got the information on a higher people. Oh, you're going to be heartbroken when I bring this forth. I got the information. I got it. We got individuals who been to Oxford and proven that a higher is not, let me say that again, a higher is not the creator's name. How you like them apples? And the name the Most High is the wine god. The Most High is the wine god. All he did was drink wine, the Most High. That's who you call on. And we already know Yahushua, all that tetragrammaton, which all is associated with the Kabbalah, the Shinike. It's not you, fam. You got to get out of this hypnosis, fam. Your soul depends on it. And for the brothers that I take my time out to reach to and bring forth this information, whether I'm laughing at your camp or your organization, just know I'm telling you this because I'm giving you guys the warning. It's like, yo, the Father's drawing the line, playboy. What you trying to do? You trying to do right for the Father, or you trying to please men? Because you know on Saturdays you're going to go chill with individuals who's really not for your best interest, because as long as you're a part of these organizations, everything is cool. But the minute you step away, they don't know you. And I don't know about other organizations, but I could speak on for myself, from my experience dealing with the so-called GOCC. There's a decree that when a brother leaves, you're not allowed to have any communication unless those that's in the authority position. So regular Joe Smokes can't say, "Yo, bro, just checking in, making sure you good, everything. How's the family?" Oh no, you can't do that. And then when you see them in passing, you gotta act like you don't know them. I'm telling you this. I witnessed it. I seen it with my own two eyes. It's hilarious to me. I said, "Damn, bro." I said, "We done broke bread. I done drove you around, done took you places. We done chopped it up. We done did everything. We done ate food. We done broke scriptures together. Now that I'm no longer a part of your organization, you see me as an outsider?" Is that God like? Is that the Father like? Is that Sunini like? Oh no, it's a higher like. It's Yahweh like. It's Yah like. It's Allah like. I get it. It's the Wawakadash. Know what you worshiping. Know who you giving praise to. And don't come to, you know what I'm saying? Don't come with the debate, fam. Do your homework. Your teachers is not gonna give you this. Because if they was to give you this, there's a possibility that you can walk away. And when you walk away, you're going to affect their pockets. Your teachers do not have regular 9-to-5s. Their 9-to-5 is to make sure to lead you astray. Your teachers do not have 9-to-5. You had an individual that came out and said, "I was on a salary." So you're being paid to do what? To lead the people astray. And then you got the brothers that believe that their church is the church. I want to know, since when, who told you that your church was the church? Who gave you church? You know what church is? You know where church derives from? You know church is the rest haven for demons? Don't you notice that all foolishness always take place within the church? Why is that? Because it's a real legion that dwells inside those churches. The Father tells you he does not dwell in anything. He tells you this verbatim. He does not dwell in anything that was made by the hands of man. So then that means he's not in no building, right? No, that's not what that means. In the hands of man. Man creates a cross, put a stone, put with the things, with the beads. All of that can be found in churches. False images and colors, all of this can be found in churches, and we walk right in there, hide the things. We thinking that we make the place holy by hiding the things. Meanwhile, the Father's sitting up top saying, "I can still see it." You better all worshiping and keeping the samba at your house than getting up to go inside of a church to go give praise. And then on top of that, you're giving praise, and then you're giving praise to the Son when you're supposed to be giving praise to the Father. Brothers is telling you need to be Christ-like when your main objective was to be Sunini-like. You're supposed to be like the Father. You see what you see what the tradition, the creation of man has done. The creation of man. When you read Romans, when it says that we have worshiped the creature than the Creator. That's all you guys. That's Christianity, Islam, Hebrew Israelism, atheists. All of you guys have grown the idea to worship the creature than the Creator. And you're wondering why we still the tail and not the head. You're wondering why in 2023 we still can't get ahead. We still can't reach the next level. We still can't get nothing done. You're wondering why we still suffering. With all this knowledge, look at the brothers with fringes on, putting their feet on an old white lady. Like this white lady knows any better. You can see she's dealing with severe health issues. She's about to die. And you took the time out. That's a sucker move, bro. You took the time out to have a dying, out of shape, elderly European white lady. You took the time out to put your foot in her mouth. And you gonna tell me that that there's gonna be an exodus for you guys? Where? Where you think you going? Because anywhere you go, you're gonna go into a location full of Europeans. Where you think you going? And you can, and then you know damn well you can't do that to everybody else. Let me see you get an Arab to get on to get on their knees to kiss your feet. Let me see you get a Chinese to do that. Let me see you get a Jewish person to do that. Y'all niggas will be in jail first thing in the morning. Taking advantage of old hillbilly. No disrespect. Old white trash. You want to violate and disrespect. And then got the audacity to have fringes on. You make individuals like me who really want to serve the Father look bad. I can't even wear fringes no more because I don't want to associate myself with y'all. Because I don't want when somebody see me, they visualize me as one of you guys. That's how much damage you guys have done. I can't even wear that because when I do, and I have sweaters, I have jackets, I have everything, fringes. I can't even wear them because of you guys. Because I don't want to associate myself with anything satanic. I said it. It is what it is. You should know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So at the end of the day, you got to make a decision and decide what you want to do. Do you want to serve the Father? The Father has one requirement. That requirement is to be obedient to his voice. That sounds like an easy, fair exchange for your life. Be obedient to his voice. Or do you want to serve and follow the Ruach Kadash and all these fallen deities? Because if you do, just like the lesson I did for December conversation, Christ is the Bel Beor in the New Testament. Just like I did that. You seen what the Father did. He told Moses, you seen what I've done to them. This will happen again unto you if you don't wake up. If you don't wake up. The clock is ticking. While everybody's partying and chilling, the clock is ticking. And it's ticking on you. It's ticking on me. It's ticking on everybody. Nobody can be exempt from what's to come. Nobody. But what you can do is be prepared. Be in front of it so you won't be behind and receive the backlash. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. I came to you guys live. You can't say I didn't bring forth truth. You can't say I didn't bring forth information. You can't say that I'm bringing forth my own doctrine. I provided you guys with this information. Understand what you're worshiping. Understand what you're giving your temple. Know ye not that you are the temple of the Father? Know what you're giving your temple up to. Ask yourself this question. Prior to me being a part of this organization, who was I? Yes, we was in the streets. We was doing the foolishness. We was doing etc. I get it. But who was you personally? Have you become a changed man? And if the change was the change for the good, or is it a change for the worse? Because me being around these individuals, I used to see it. I used to pull brothers to the side like, yo, man, yo, son, why we gotta move this off? And I was met with, yo, man, we gotta be in the spirit, man. We gotta be in the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? We used to do, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was there. And I'm not acting like I wasn't, like I'm better than nobody. I was there, fam. I was knee deep. I was in the trenches. I was the one street preaching all the time. Never late. Carried the posters and everything. I carried it. Put it in my truck and left it in my truck until it was time to do it again. It didn't start. I was the first one. The brothers was there, and I'm pulling up right after, bringing it out, setting up, stepping on the mic, saying whatever I need to say, shouting, screaming to the clouds. But the Father works in mysterious ways. And even when I stopped associating myself with the organization, I still was supporting and calling on these fallen deities until the big bro hit me up and gave me my revelations. And his response to me was, yo, I don't know what it is, but something in my spirit told me to give you a call. That was the Father. Because if it was anybody else, knowing that I was getting ready to do my live, if it was anybody else, I would have forwarded their call, or I would have just texted and said, I'll call you back. But something made me answer because it was him. That's how the Father works. That's what happens when you no longer inside of these Luciferian complex. That's what happens when you no longer allowing the Ruach Kadash to dwell inside of you. You're not forsaking nothing. You are a part of the elect. You were born the elect. Don't listen to that foolish story. 12,000 people, I'm going to judge this. The brother said that. I said, oh, fam, what? I said, so 12, listen, the whole 12, the whole tribe of the Bantus that's going to be judging this world is going to be colored people. If there's anybody that needs to sit on a throne to judge people, are the ones that was massacred, the one that was slaughtered, the one that was butchered, the one that was raped, the one that was kidnapped, the one that was fed into alligators, the one that was just violated, burnt alive, hung on a tree. Those are the ones that's going to sit judging these heathens, these Hebrews, and the newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? But I'll leave it as that. I digress. Do your homework, do your studies, study to show thyself approved. Shout out to the big bro for the slides. Appreciate you. Again, this is just the start. And if you tune in for my last December conversation, you will see that I uncovered the truth as far as how they switched the genealogies around. I praise the Father. I'm not here doing nothing but seeking the truth. Because we all want to stand before him and look at us and say, child, job well done. Like our big brother said, there's many mansions waiting for us. Go ahead and claim your lot. I'm claiming mine. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. You know who this is. And for those that don't know, I am Mr. Keep My Foot on you heathens, you Hebrews, and the newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Father, say one time for the one time. And I'ma holler at y'all. One.